We're a little bit bright here. Oh, just a bit. See how the camera adapts. Right, hello Dipsy. Have I got sound, mate? Hi, Del Boy. Hampshire Hog, hi. Have I got sound? Can someone just say? Yeah, sounds good. Okay. No, it's my new little friend up here. How are we all doing? Now, I titled this video CB radio as a means of two-way communication, which we're all well aware of in here and how good it is and its advantages and its drawbacks. So if anyone's got any questions, ask either in this comment section, the chat section, or in the description after the video has ended. Yeah, all good, Dipsy. Del Boy, to your knowledge, can the President Lincoln 2 Plus be programmed for the UK FM? As far as I know, it can't be, but I saw a bit of a questionable post about it. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I thought. Richard Giles, hello, mate. How you doing? I'll just chill out for a little minute. Colin Wiltshire, hi Colin, how you doing? I gather some of you have had some contacts into America this week. So yeah, well done anyone who managed that. I was going to put me Christmas t-shirt on, but I thought, our little Robin, it's a start, isn't it? I don't want to go overboard. It's only what, the 3rd. Adrian Hobby, some of us have been to work. Yeah, fair enough, mate. I understand that. Just reading Mark Cruzy Jones. How come Mark Cruzy is asking why I never mentioned the Striker 955? Because I've never had one. I only tend to sort of talk about stuff that I've got a bit of a clue on. Someone else's message is held for a review. It has already. There was a damp mark here. I had to dry it off with a hairdryer. Yeah, so maybe Mark can tell us a little bit about the Striker 955. What's the power output of it? What sort of reports do you get on it? What's it like on FM, AM, and sideband? Eddie's mum, hi there. Oh dear. Oh, here we go. Monitor went off then. Yeah, we've got 16 people in here so far. So who's been having these stateside contacts, and at what time of the day have they been occurring? Jason 2 Romeo Tango 431 says hi, Steve. Hi, Jason. How are you, mate? I don't know whether the chat section has frozen. It seems very quiet at the moment. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Jason. I think everyone's just sitting back, having a chill out, and I don't blame you either. So we got Sebastian sent a smiley face. How you doing, Sebastian? Hope you're well. Barry, you've not missed much, mate. The stream's not long started, to be honest. Everyone was kicking off last week on Zello. Where is he? Where is he? I had a little bit of a technical fault. Colin Guntrip, hi, mate. Barry James says he's had no skip from the US. And I've seen on Facebook, Paul Mahoon, greetings from Dublin. Hi, Paul. I'm not sure if it was you I was telling. I've been to Dublin once and had a whale of a time. Absolute brilliant place. Dipsy, yeah, I think I was 10 minutes late. People on Zello are going, where is he? Is he on tonight? You know, and I'm like, oh. Sebastian, where are you actually from? Yeah, Dale Boy says he hasn't heard any. But the South and the East seem to be getting the skip from America. Yeah, no worries, Ben. It is what it is. I mean, I was just explaining, I was late last week, you know, life and all that. Sort of blink twice, look at your watch and think, oh my God, I'm supposed to be up there live. I'll come up here and I've got to get myself sorted out. Not seen nothing from Fred in the Shed for a few days. I know he uploads quite a lot, but he's not commented on any videos. And I think I just hope that the old boy's all right. Yeah, Paul Mahoon. I must remember that name. Or Edward, yeah. Fred's in his spaceship shed. Oh, I didn't know that, Del Boy. So if Fred's sitting on the side, thanks for that, Fred. I know he did give me a plug the other week. Mark Cruz said he lives in one of the lowest points in Hereford and could sit in his car with his Serio 5000 on the top and talk to the other side of Gloucestershire mobile to mobile, which is well over 30 miles an FM. Yeah, Ben Speed, yeah, all copied, mate. You got to mention as well, and so you should, Del Boy. So, Mark, what's the power output of that rig that you're talking about? And what Serio is it? I've had the Serio Turbo 5000, and there's another one. I can never remember the name of it. It's basically the same aerial, I think, but it's mounted in a slightly different way. Mr. 2198. Good evening. Delboy says, Delboy, am I reading that right? You try to keep a low profile. And this is the Dipsy. When are you going to get yourself a CB, Dipsy? Lee the brewer. Hi, Lee. I don't know if I've ever asked you this. You brew your own beer or something, Lee? Phil Murray. Hello from Sheffield. Hi, Phil. Hope you're well. Now, Dips is not a non-sea beer. He's a sea beer. He used to drive a lorry, and he had his CB in his lorry. I don't think he's got one at home. Yeah, Mark Cruz, 80 watts on FM. That's a hell of a lot of power. I bet that runs sort of pretty warm, doesn't it, Mark? Glenn Jones on the south side of Tower Bridge. Hi, Glenn. Hope you're well. Dipsy's saying he don't know. Dipsy, if you still got the rig that you used to use in your truck, because if you have, that would be the best one to use at home, because you ain't got to pay any money out for it. You've already got it. Don't, I'm going to spill me tea. This is from Adrian Hobby. He's telling Dipsy get a Murphy home base. I swear to God, I nearly spilt this. I mean, the Murphys were all right. Mark's saying his striker, not too bad. It's got a good heat sink on the back, which is handy. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, my 9900, I've had it to the point where it was virtually on. It weren't far off. You could light a match on it. Fidelity 1000, or if you want to take a walk on the wild side, maybe an Amstrad 901. Paul Mahon or Mahon says he loves me and Fred's videos. Watched yourself and Fred driving home from work many times on the 305 net. Adrian Hobby says there's nothing wrong with a Fidelity 1000. Darren Howell. My own recommendation, Darren, is keep your money in your pocket, mate. Save up a bit more and buy something a bit more nostalgic. And Fred saying, when are we going to see Fred's face? I don't think Fred will ever show his face. I have seen him. I've got a picture of him on my computer, which I won't share because Fred likes to remain anonymous, and I respect that, you know. Colin from Wiltshire says, have I ever power tested my Anytone, the 6666? I haven't yet, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, Ben is saying about his all his lights are going dim. Maybe one of your neighbours has got a massive amplifier and they're just keying up on it. I don't know about that, Adrian. I've seen a picture of Fred, like I said, genuinely I have. I initially started winding Fred up, but I have actually got a picture of him. He's, you know, just a normal looking bloke. Steve Ellis. Hi, Steve. Now, I'll ask you, Mr. Ellis, about the President Lincoln 2 Plus. Do you know if you can program the Muppets in it? Everyone else is saying you can't, which I agree with, but yeah, that's what I think, Del Boy. You can't. Barry James is mentioning the Capo 532. A certain shop has them back in stock now. Anyway, Dipsy, seriously, have you got a garden, or do you live in a flat, or you know, or whatever? Can you get an antenna up? Okay, Dipsy, you've got a garden. Have you still got your old Cobra, or did you get a shot of it? Have you got any rig in the house right now, Dipsy? Jason Kill says, hi, Steve. Hi, Jason. How you doing? Dipsy left his rig in the truck. Oh, God. Dipsy, I don't know. I don't know how badly you want to come back on, what your cash situation is. But I'm sure if you were serious about getting a rig, one of these lads, or, you know, someone could sort you out something maybe a bit on the cheap. Then you need a power pack or a battery and your aerial. I'll say go for it, mate. There's a few people on in your area because I know where you are, Dipsy. I'm just looking. The likes are slowly coming up. I've got 9 now, so thanks, lads. Has anyone ever done a side-by-side test? PMR 446 versus CB 27 megs, whatever. Yeah, Mark Cruzy, it's going. Yeah, take care, Mark. Thanks for dropping by. I just don't mention the rig that you're on because I haven't got one. I only tend to talk about stuff I've had and put to good use. Adrian says someone must have a horrible audio line type rig to give away. Adrian, you're obviously not a Uniden fan, then, are you? Barry James is asking about 446. Depends what you really want to be doing with it. I mean, I've got any of you that have been around a while, you know what a Midland Porter pack is, don't you? It's a CB with a battery pack on it. Well, I've got one of these rigs. I think Fred's got one, and it will TX on PMR 446 from its internal battery pack, and that will do 25 watts. I think it does 25 watts, 10 watts, and 5 watts. I mean, I've used PMR 446 quite a lot. Ben Speed says he's done well over 20 miles on PMR on 4 watts. There's no way it was line of sight either. Steve Ellis, are you talking about Liam? Lee the Brewer's asking about noise filters. I've never tried them, to be honest. There you go. Del Boy's just answered the question. I like a little bit of PMR, but the problem I have is getting someone that's willing to take part in a test. A mate of mine said, "You got any PMR gear, Steve?" I said, "Yeah, I've got 3 or 4 Bofings, or Bofungs, whatever you want to call them here." He goes, "What do you want from them?" And we did a deal. And he said to me, "I want to try and get a PMR 446, bit of activity in the area." But yes, even gave him the adapter to screw into the top of the thing with an SO239 on it. Never happened. I was well up for that. Dipsy says he quite likes the Yaesu FT897D. I've had one of them, Dipsy. It was all right. Mine wasn't wide-banded. It was just... I just used to use it on HF, VHF as well. Steve saying the FT100 is better. I can't say I can agree with that, but I can't disagree with it either. I have had an FT100. I went into, I think it's Walters and Stanton, and they had all of the Yaesu kit out. They had the 817, the 857, and the 897. And I looked at them all and I thought, I just went for the 897 purely because it does 100 watts if need be, and B, it was a bit bigger than the 857. Yeah, and it does PMR2. Richard Giles loves his TS50. I've never had one, but a mate of mine used to have one. I used to go around his house and he'd be using it. A rig is a rig, really. As long as you've got something and it sounds half decent the other end, you're good to go. If you don't put out much power, stick a big amp on it, bosh, away you go. Get a nice big aerial up nice and high. Yeah, as Del Boy says, they're basically the same rig, but the 897 is in a bigger case. And if you open it up, there's a big gap there where you can put your battery pack. Steve Ellis always wanted the Kenwood 980 or 990 only for the SSB audio. I'm a big fan of Kenwoods. I prefer the audio on them over most of the lower end Yaesus, even though I've had one myself. And once you hit that processor, the processor really, really gives you a little bit of drive. Well, where I found on the 897, it didn't really make a huge amount of difference. Jason Keel says it's Murphy home-based rules. Fred in the shed. I didn't see you slip in there. How are you, Fred? Yeah, Fred, we've been ribbing the Murphy home base because a lot of us old timers had them back in the day. Do you know what I mean? And I said in my last stream that my Murphy home base basically went in the bin because it was missing the channel knob. I pulled that off and put it on my Trio. I just don't like them, Fred. Dipsy, you got to be careful what you buy, mate. 'Cause you might buy one of these HF rigs, and it might not be widebanded, and you'll get it home, try and transmit on the CB band, and it won't. Phil Murray's got the Retrievis RT95. What twig do you recommend for PMR? I've got to be honest, I've never gone out and bought a PMR antenna. There you go. Steve Ellis just hit the nail on the head. You can build a dipole. It wouldn't be very big, would it? But in general, the bigger aerial that you can get, the better. Get it up nice and high, particularly on 446. So this is the Fred in the shed. What's the new fancy shed like, mate? I know you've probably fully insulated it and all that now. Yeah, catch you later, Ben. You take care, mate. Fred, what's that contraption you got up on your wall with all the fancy lights around it? Is that your power supply? While we're on the subject of PMR, I've got one of the little standard Baofeng jobs. I've also got, this is just what's to hand, Intec 5050. I did have two of them, but that's another story. I've also got the 8-watt, the Baofeng, the yellow one. That's pretty awesome. I've got this porta pack thing that does 25 watts. That's okay. I was going to come to a point with a 446 and it escapes me at the minute. Oh yeah, the I can't even remember how you pronounce it now. The Radio Ditty, I think Radiodity R2. I've got a set of them, and I tell you what, the voice scrambler on them. When you put the voice scrambler on, it's absolutely superb. If you're listening to on the same channel, two people with a voice scrambler on, you can't even pick out one word. Very, very good. I didn't see you slide in there, Chris, Mr. GM4. How you doing, mate? Yeah, it's his tanning shed, isn't it? Maybe one time I'll give you all a demo of the voice scrambler on the Radiodity R2s, and they're cheap as chips as well. I'll let you guys chat away amongst yourself for a little while. I'm just going to kick back. I tried feeding the robin a little bit of biscuit earlier, but he ain't having it. I'll offer him another bit. If you see him eat it, you let me know. Don't I spill me tea? Swadey Boy's asking about the T3000. 130 quid. Is it any good? I've never had one. I don't know the rig, Swadey Boy. What does it cover? Is it just an FM AM rig? This came in the post today, the robin. I've got a couple of Motorola's. This is to Gaming for Life, but they're only the legal 446 ones. They're nice enough. I've got no complaint about them. We ain't got the turkey in the oven yet. It's a little bit early, isn't it? Dipsy, what I want you to do, when are you going out on the boat next after them King Scallops or Queen Scallops, whatever they are? Oh dear, give it a rest. I'm trying to drink me tea here. I bet everyone's watching it now. You never know. You could be in for a surprise. Mr. Paul, 21.98. I think your pills are fine. I do love robins, and anyone who's been following me for very long will know that we've got a robin comes in the garden, and it has been hand tamed. I've put my hand out and he feed from the hand. He's been in the house. He used to come in every day, but something spooked him. He won't come near us now. I don't know if someone's frightened him. Steve Ellis asking about how the oak trees got on. Yeah, all right, Steve. I've got a couple in the garden now. They must be about 2.5 foot high. They're both in the same pot, unfortunately. They need separating out, but yeah, they're doing okay. Swadey Boy. It's an 80 channel EU and UK AM FM rig. I've got to be honest, I don't know. Me personally, if I was going to spend 130 quid, I'd want something that did all the modes sideband, because it's me go-to mode of transmission. Adrian Obby said robins are vicious and very territorial. Yeah, we've seen some scraps. Even our robin even chases away the blue tits off of the bird feeder. It's like, get off it, it's mine. Gaming for Life's getting a CRT 6900 next year for Christmas. Yeah, fair play to you, mate. I do like the 6900, but I see so many people that now anyone who follows the 305 net will know of Eric. Fred in the shed definitely knows Eric. That 6900 drove Eric around the twist. One of the problems that quite often occurs, someone will have their 6900 on, for example, 27.305, and when they key up, the digit will change. That can be a little bit of a problem for people. Colin Wiltshire says you'd have to wait years for those oak trees to grow. I've been growing oak trees for probably the best part of 10 years. I tend to grow them on a certain size, then give them away, or go out in a wood and plant them and then just forget about them. Yeah, Eric, by the way, this is to Fred and Steve and anyone else who knows him. I'm not really sure what's going on with Eric at the moment. Yeah, Eric's a good old boy, but I don't think he's 100% at the moment. Barry James. What was the issues with your 6900, Barry James, and was it a new 6900? I noticed a lot of people that are new back are buying, things like the 6900, the Lincoln 2, the 6900, watch people's videos, think, yeah, I'm getting one of them, but they do take a little bit of knowledge. Steve Ellis says it won't be the same without him on radio. I think he's still going to be on rig, Steve. I think his worst mistake, A, was getting a 6900. B, thinking it was faulty and buying another 6900. He ended up with an Anytone 6666, which he finally mastered, and then he promptly got rid of it. I've actually got it here. Now Eric has actually got my old 9900. No, I'm not going to say too much about Eric, but I think he's getting a little bit maybe forgetful, according to what my friends told me. I ain't spoke to Eric in a long time. Maybe he's got like a bit of an infection or something. He's 90 years old, for God's sake. I mean, if I'm doing as well as Eric when I'm 90, which I don't think I'll ever make, not in a million years. Phil Murray says the Elenco DR135 has been great for him. Well, I had the CRE 8900. I think they're the same rig. David Herbert, have you got a minute, Dave? Eric's back on the 9900. That's my old 9900, Dave. Now, if anyone wants to talk about DXing, David Herbert, or Pucker Dave, as he's known on the 305 net, has had more countries, more times than anybody that I know. He's had Australia, he's had... if there's an outback country, David Herbert has spoke to him probably multiple times. Dave's been on a long time. Stephen Gunrunner Hanson. Hi, Steve. I wondered if you'd pop along, mate. How are you getting on with that new 23 channel AM rig? It looks a cracking little bit of kit to me. Yeah, David Herbert. If anyone wants to know how to DX, talk to David Herbert and ask him how he did it and what aerial he used. And if Dave starts listing off all the contacts he's had into Australia, New Zealand, and all of these other things, he'll be there all night, because Dave is probably one of the best DXers that I know of. Because obviously Dave's been on a long time. Oh, sorry, Mr. Steve Gunrunner. I thought it was yours, mate. Didn't realise it was a picture of someone else's. David Lambs wants an alternative to the 6900. CRT 9900 all day long, mate. In my book, someone else will probably recommend something else. Stephen Ellis is talking about StreamYard. I have looked at that, Steve. And if you saw the video where I showed the pictures of when I used to race, I was actually using OBS. And with OBS, you can do the same. Now, I did put out an invite if anyone wanted to be a guest to come on video with me. Never had one single reply. Yeah, come on, Pucker Dave. Do it. Give these guys some sort of clue of what you've done over the years, what you've achieved. Richard Wideman. He's got Australia from his mobile. Yeah, fair play. Yeah, I've seen it done. Never done it myself. Never managed to get through to Australia. It's like a slippery fish to me. Hawaii as well. Nice one. I've done the States, God knows how many times from the car. It's just a matter really of being in the right place at the right time. Now, I don't know if anyone else can agree, but I find if you're sort of going about a little bit of DX, it's always good to talk to someone in America, because you haven't got that language barrier, have you? You don't have to spell stuff out. You're both on the same page, if you like. Steve Ellis says he was on the rig when I, meaning me, worked Red Square in Russia. I'm not sure that was a genuine contact, you know, Steve. I think that was someone having a laugh. Nice to get cards from Russia. Del Boy on Live loves the short skip. Yeah, me too. There's nothing makes me happier if I turn my rig on and I've got Ireland and Scotland coming through. That really lights me bonfire, that. Well, I've shown you guys some of my QSL cards before. So if I can suss out how to work this OBS, does anyone fancy coming on video with me? Fred would, but it would just be his hand, wouldn't it? Fred would come on, but it'd be just his hands. Yeah, Richard Giles, no worries, mate. You could do what you got to do. Take care. Dipsy's into his masks. It ain't rubber, is it, mate? Swady boy says the only problem with short skip to Ireland and Scotland is language barrier. Yeah, I think you're right about Dipsy. Only the weekend. All I'm saying about Dipsy, he is a friend of a fisherman. And he admitted that the other week. He's been out on the boat, been there, done it. Darren Barwick. Hi, mate. How you doing? Hope you're well. Paul, 2198. I'll take it, Paul. I don't know whether you're joking, whether you actually suffer from epilepsy or not, but I've witnessed that firsthand. So, yeah. Dipsy, I'm not mentioning fishermen's friends, all right? But what I would like you to do is do a little recording of the boat, you know, the engine and what, give us a little bit of the ambient sounds, you know, the waves crashing, and somehow get it up on YouTube. Richard Giles is back. Yeah, well done, Richard. Is everyone ready for Christmas? And if you had a wish list that included a new CB or HF rig, what would be on your Christmas lists? Pioneer 2605 saying that the President Liberty works great on the 8900 and the Alinco, louder than the President's mic. So I think the President Liberty is actually a power mic as well. I quite fancy one of them myself. Like, and be fair, I can't afford a bag of chips at the minute, let alone a new mic. Richard Giles 450D. Paul Mahoon 9900. Adrian, I'd like somewhere to put all the junk I've already got. I know it's scary, isn't it? I've got to watch me figure. I was only joking about the bag of chips. You know what us athletes are like. We have to keep the shelf in shape. Barry James, she's bought you a 6900. Salt and vinegar, yes. Just salt. I'll have a sausage in a batter as well while you're at it. I don't know what that noise is. Jason Keel down in Hastings, East Sussex, CB Radio. Only a few people on. Well, I'll give an update on what's going on around here. We've got my mate Paul. We've got Bill Sandyman who's back on. Unfortunately, he's up nice and high, so he brings in people. You've got Johnny Jaffa-Cake, a guy called Jason and his missus come on, and apparently there's starting to be a slight peppering of new people coming back on, which is great to hear. Yeah, maybe they've got a dog, Del Boy. Yeah, looks like Zello's. Always the way, Fred, isn't it? Someone's having a crack at Zello. What is going on here? Apparently there's 8 people here. Dean, Charlie Tango 1401, Darren Bryan, Dipsy. I didn't hear any sound coming through though. Anyone about on Zello tonight? 318. Dennis Watson.
Yeah, I'm about Steve. Colin Mosher.
Hi, Colin. I hope you're well, mate. Are you what? Oh. Are you watching the live stream, mate?
Paul yeah, mate, yeah.
Good. Paul Mahone, 73's from Dublin, Steve. I'm subscribed. Yeah, well done, mate. I don't know whether you've just subscribed or whatever, but yeah, take care, Paul. I'm going to have to wrap this up soon, in actual fact. I did have a little bit of a theme for tonight that I was hoping to talk about, but, you know, it's just nice to have a chat with you lads, you know, about random stuff. Catch you later, Del Boy. Thanks for popping along. It's always good to have your experience out there as well, mate. Yeah, maybe, Adrian. With a live stream, you never know what way it's going to go. I might come on here intending to talk about so-and-so. Someone might have a problem. Everyone joins in, me included. So I'll just go live and go with whatever's going at the time. Dipsy, before you go, I've got a message for you. You asked about more racing pictures. And as most of you will know, my computer failed. And I'm on another computer. And I've had a job to get my printer to talk to the new computer. That's done now. And yesterday I scanned in all of the racing pictures that I've got. So I will be doing the racing pictures, and I'll entitle it the name of the track. So anyone that used to race at that track might be able to find it, because there's nothing on YouTube about the track that I used to race on. So it might bring in a couple of little views there. Well, it's coming up about an hour now. Mr. Robin, if he ain't going to eat that bit of biscuit, waste not, want not, I'm going to eat that. Yeah, likewise, Dipsy, it's good memories for me to go through. And obviously there's a few people that was on the rig. They're just the ones I knew of. So Dipsy, get yourself a rig. You can actually put it in your boat, can't you, while you're out in the sea south of Ireland. People would be climbing over each other to talk to someone maritime mobile. Trust me on that. Right, listen, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for coming along and joining in. I hope that you've all had a little bit of fun, and maybe catch you on the Sunday stream. So I'll say 73s to everyone. Take care. And I've got 23 likes. So if anyone's forgot, don't forget. And if you have got the time, put a comment underneath the video, because the last one I think had like 2 comments. I know it's a bit much to ask, but take care all. It's just 318 pulling that big switch. Catch you later, guys.